All right, today we're going to dive into a pretty cool secret. One that's hidden in this simple story about a boy, his raft, and a rock that just wouldn't budge. And trust me, this little secret, it might just change the way you look at your biggest problems. Let's get into it.
I mean, come on. You know the feeling, right? We're just stuck. It feels like you're throwing everything you've got at a problem, all your energy, all your brain power, but you're literally just pushing against a giant rock.
So you push harder, right? You strain and you struggle until you are completely wiped out. And after all that, you look up and nothing. The problem is still there, just staring you down. Man, is that frustrating or what?
Well, this exact feeling, that's what a boy named Leo went through. And his story, it's got this powerful secret for how we can deal with those rock moments in our own lives.
So picture this. It's a beautiful, sunny day. Leo's just chilling on his little raft, drifting down a super calm river. He's not paddling, not fighting anything. He's just in the flow, letting the water do all the work. It's easy, it's perfect. And then, thump, just like that, his perfect, peaceful day comes to a screeching halt. His raft is completely stuck, wedged against this huge rock, smack in the middle of the river. He is not going anywhere. So what does Leo do? Well, he does what pretty much all of us would do. He goes with what he knows, brute force. He figures, okay, I'm just gonna push my way out of this. He decides to use every bit of strength he's got. And so he pushes, and he strains. He's grunting and groaning until his arms just feel like limp noodles. But that rock, it doesn't even wiggle. And that amazing, happy feeling from a minute ago, yeah, that's long gone. Now it's just pure frustration. But just as he's about to totally give up, this wise old man who's been watching from the riverbank calls out to him. And with this really kind smile, he just says, "You are trying very hard." Leo, totally out of breath, just complains that the rock won't move. The old man just nods, and then he drops this piece of wisdom that changes everything. He says, "You can't fight the river, you have to work with it." This is the secret of Wu Wei. Wu Wei. So, what is that? Well, it's this amazing concept from Taoist philosophy, and it basically means effortless action or action without forcing. Now, this isn't about being lazy or doing nothing. No. It's about being incredibly smart. It's about working with the energy around you instead of fighting against it. So, the old man gives Leo some pretty weird advice. He tells him to do the complete opposite of what he's been doing. He says, stop pushing. Seriously, just stop. Sit back and just feel the water. Leo's exhausted, so he figures, what have I got to lose? He stops fighting. He just sits there. And as he starts paying attention, he has this aha moment. He realizes the water isn't just his enemy pushing him into the rock. It's also his ally, swirling and flowing around the rock. And this is where the magic happens, right? This is that huge shift in thinking. You've got the old way, just massive pushing, fighting the current, feeling totally stuck and frustrated. And then you've got the new way, one tiny smart movement guiding with the current. And suddenly you're free and relaxed. What a difference. So instead of that massive, exhausting push, Leo uses just a single finger. He gently guides the raft away from the rock and lets the current do the rest. And whoosh, the river just grabs the raft and spins it smoothly right around the obstacle. And just like that, he's free. He's floating on his way again. Okay, great story, right? But what does this ancient secret actually mean for you, for us? You know, for the big, stubborn rocks in our own lives, that tough project at work, that argument you keep having, that goal that just feels impossible. And this is really the heart of it all. Wu Wei does not mean do nothing. It's not about giving up. It's about changing your entire approach from how can I force this to happen to, okay, what's the natural flow here? How can I work with that? It's about finding that hidden path, that path of least resistance that was probably there the whole time. So this whole story really just boils down to 3 simple steps you can use. First, just notice when you're fighting, when you're pushing against that rock and getting nowhere. Second, try to be more like the river itself. Be flexible, be adaptable, find a way around. And third, and this is crucial, just stop for a second. Observe, look for that current that can actually help carry you forward. And you can apply this to almost anything. Think about it. That crazy hard homework problem you're stuck on? Maybe pushing your brain harder isn't the answer. Maybe you just need to step back for a minute. Or what about that argument with a friend? Maybe trying to force your point is the rock. What if the current is actually just listening for a second? So here's what I want you to try. The next time you feel that wall, that familiar feeling of being totally stuck and frustrated, I want you to remember Leo. Instead of just pushing harder, just pause, stop pushing, take a deep breath, and look for the water's current. And that brings us to the final question I want to leave you with. Think about your life right now. What's one rock that's got you feeling stuck? And what do you think might happen if you stopped pushing against it and instead just tried to flow around it?